Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again. I'm Nicodemus Kane. Today is September the 8th of 2022. We just keep moving right along, don't we? Anybody feel anything in the air? Like there's something going on? It's, I don't know. Yesterday I kind of started feeling it just something. Something's going down. I don't know what it is, but it just, you can kind of feel it. You can just kind of feel something happening. I don't know. I know there's a lot of things going on in the world, and a lot of people saying a lot of stuff, and a lot of very bad men are telling us how we should and shouldn't live our lives. And sadly, there's a lot of people that are going along with it. But that is a conversation for a different time. Today we have so much to talk about and not a lot of time to talk about it in. Because today we're going to talk about day 2 of our trip out to Illinois, to Little Egypt, Illinois. This day was where we went to Cahokia and we got to see Monk's Mound. And we couldn't go into the interpretive center because it was closed for renovations. So that was out, and it was raining. It was the entire time we were in Cahokia. It just rained constantly. But we got out of there and we went to go see the Emerald Mounds, which wasn't much. It was just 2 humps in a field. But we drove. We drove like 45 minutes to get out there, and it was nothing. 45 minutes back, we went to the Piasa bird, which was painted on the side of a stone cliff, a rocky cliff, with the caves behind it. I took pictures of all this stuff, so we're going to check that out. We have like 125 pictures we got to go through. But that was pretty much it. We only got to see those 3. But it was worth it. The Piasa bird was amazing. Monk's Mound was absolutely amazing. But we'll check those out as we go. I wish the interpretive center was open so that we could have seen the supposed giant tools that they had. We didn't know. They said it's under reconstruction. Apparently they're reconstructing, or they're a lot of the state parks, or a lot of the Mounds interpretive centers are coming under reconstruction right now. I don't know why. I'm not saying anything is what it is, but it's just the one that we went to, the Angel Mounds. They said they were going under reconstruction. There was another one I looked up that said it's coming around. The Wycliffe said that they were talking about within the next couple of years they might have a reconstruction coming too. So something's happening. Something's going on. They're redoing stuff. I don't know why, but it's just weird. But anyways, yesterday I was trying to watch a video, and I was having a problem with the audio. I could not get the thing to play to save my life. I got it though. I got it figured out. I finally got the damn thing to work yesterday after I got off the video. It took some blind luck to get the thing running. So it's, what is it, 7 minutes? It's 7 minutes long. This is the video I took at the top of the main mound at Angel Mound, and I said I'd play it for you guys. So because we were so short on time, I'm going to go ahead and play this, and then this may be loud. You may have to turn it down. I don't know, but I'm going to go ahead and play it. I'm going to try to leave as little commentary as possible. This is me talking. You know how I talk. You know how I babble on and I talk about some crazy stuff. And I was out of breath too, because we just walked up the side of this damn thing, and it was, it's a pretty hefty climb. I'm not gonna lie, it's a pretty hefty climb, and we're big people. both me and my wife, we're big people. We're not exactly spry anymore. So we were out of breath, but I was commenting the whole time. So let's go ahead and listen to this. We watched it yesterday, but we didn't have any sound. But today we got sound. So.
Okay.
Here we go.
Top of the hill. I'm out of breath. Temple Mounds way out there. They got the grass growing up so you can't see anything. Again, this was from the ground. I'd say that's a good 20, 30 feet. Again, I say, you're going to tell me that some royalty came up here, told them to build this. They spent a couple hundred years building this for him, just that he could walk up and down that. That's absurd. It's absurd. But you got a nice view up here. This is the other big mound. They say that the house would have been built, this part of the mound, I don't know. Weathering has made it all just, when you see the pictures inside.
I had that wrong, by the way.
It's all nice and straight pyramids.
The house would have been nice on this level.
But it's all kind of withered away now. I don't know. I'll tell you what. This place has got some energy to it. I don't know what kind of energy, but it's got some energy to it. It's a weird feeling. I don't know. That's the plaza. That's where they played their games. Chunky. That's what they said. Chunky. You take one of those balls that we saw. I took some pictures of them. Take one of those things, you roll them, and then you throw a stick where you think it will stop rolling. I don't know why, but what? Yes, they gambled a lot. It's what they said. Bread and circuses. That's all that is, bread and circuses. Yeah. And you got to remember, this is just the Angel Mounds. This is in Evansville, Indiana. This isn't even Cahokia. Cahokia is 4 times bigger than this. They have 4 plazas. So the people that built this place, they knew what the Cahokians did. And they built it exactly the same. I still don't understand the over there you can kind of see it. That's the restored wall, the way that they have it. I saw the pictures of the Cahokian wall. It's not made up with dirt. This one's made up with dirt. I don't know why. It's weird. So,
which I was wrong about that too. They have part of the wall.
And there's something.
It's represented. They have
place. I don't know what it is.
They have it with dirt too. You'll see it.
It's definitely different. But this is what would have been what it was. I don't think this was. I mean, they can say that there was a house up here, and that a chieftain or the leader of this place, who did have a working class. I don't know if it was a slave class or not. There's another one. That's Mound C way up there. I don't know if he would have been making these people do it or if they did it on their own, but I just don't foresee that. It's like the Egyptians supposedly taking 300, 500 years to haul stones that are the size of houses and make something like the Great Pyramid that was only just to bury somebody. That's crazy. That's absurd and crazy. it kind of makes sense when you put the whole slavery thing into it, because, people be slaves. But you can't tell me there wasn't a rebellion at some point. You can't tell me that you would have had thousands upon thousands of people that would have been so enamored under one person that they would have built something like this just so that he could live up there and walk up and down that. Are you kidding me? This is something else. I don't know. This is just Angel Mounds though, guys. There's more to this. There's more to this. All the imagery, all the pottery, all the spirals, all the birds, all the snakes. Same old stuff over and over again. The mounds that were pyramid-like before they actually made them. There's something else going on here. I don't know what. I'm not trusting the narrative. But we made it up one. We're going to go down another one. That's the Temple Mount. So he would have... That's north. That's north. More than likely that's due north. According to this is a little map that I'm going by. Oh no, that's not due north. According to this, that's due north, so that's northeast. That's weird. So north would be this way. There's probably more stuff that way that they either didn't find or they didn't know. Huh. Or is it? Or is it? I don't know. All right. That's Angel Mounds, Evansville, Indiana. There's one. We got several more to go. There's another mound down there. Mound D and Mound K. Where's Mound D? The way they have this map set up, it doesn't make any sense. So I don't know. All right. See you guys.
All right. So that was that. But yeah, that was Angel Mounds. I said I was going to get that so that we could listen to it. It took a hot minute and a half to get that going, but I finally figured out how to do it. I don't want that one. I want this one. So that was day one. Now we go into day two. Let me wait for it to load up here. Come on. There's a couple more that didn't load up. Those might be... I did panoramas. Or panoramic views. And I don't know if they actually loaded up or not, but we shall see. So this... The first thing you see whenever you get into Cahokia, which is in... Oh, what was the name of that city? What's the name of that city that's just out there? Let me look it up here real quick. But once you get out there, Cahokia, Collinsville, Illinois. Once you get out there, it's just right off a highway. I mean, there was a highway right over the tree line in this picture. It's like there's a highway right over there. If you look to the left, there is construction. There's a construction company. I mean, there's all kinds of places where it's like modern day is starting to creep in. I don't know if they bought that area before or after that place was built, but there is just construction work right there, right beside Woodhenge. I mean, it's like, it's the weirdest thing ever. You know, you would think that this is the absolute protected land of all time, and yet you look right beside you and there's, you know, big mounds of gravel and you know, bulldozers and stuff. It was very, very strange. especially getting into the top of Monk's Mound, and you look out and there's highways and there's just roads everywhere, and it was a very weird feeling. Whereas in that first video at Angel Mounds, I said there's an energy to it. There's something to it. There's something there. At Cahokia, I didn't feel that. I mean, there was an energy there. I'm not gonna lie, but there wasn't. It wasn't like, as prevalent. It wasn't as, you couldn't feel it. It felt like this place was trampled down. That's what it felt like. It felt like all the energy was sucked from this place. Not only that, it was raining too. Again, it was just constant rain. It actually lightened up a little bit whenever we got to the top of the mound, which was nice. But the whole time we were standing here, and when we drove over to the actual place you can get into the mound, it's just constant rain. So this was Woodhenge. This is kind of separated from the mound, from Monk's Mound. This is artist's depiction of what they think it could have been. This was a clock. They said that you could stand in the middle, and each one of these wooden, what do you want to call it? Wooden poles, I guess. There you go. Each one of these poles lined up with some kind of celestial event, either a sunrise or a sunset or a solstice or some kind of something coming over the edge of the horizon, pretty much. They said this one, though, I didn't find out until the very end of it, though, that this one, the middle pole and I think it wasn't the equinox pole, it was some other pole, they said, was a perfect straight line to where the bottom of Monk's Mound was. I thought that was interesting. I thought that was pretty cool. But they've said that this has been torn down and rebuilt so many times over the years. I don't know why. Maybe they were perfecting it. Maybe there was something else going on there. But you can see that they had a couple different ones of these. They have groups whenever the equinoxes and the solstices still come together. They come out and they'll do this. It's still sun worship. It's still all sun worship. Just remember this. But this is what it would have been like. Again, this is you stand at the center and you look out to one of the other poles and you can see certain lines come up, or certain celestial events come up. It was interesting, to say the least. So this is the mound that they were talking about. I think it's 44. You can see the raindrops. Can you see these little raindrops right here? God, you can see the rain. Man, all it did was just rain, just poured. I got a map though. Let me go ahead and pull this up. I wanted to keep this here so we could see that. But they actually have a map. So this would have been Woodhenge right here. So this would have been Mound 44. But you can see this lines up. It lines up perfectly is what they said. I can't really see it very well on this, but it said it lined up perfectly with the bottom of Monk's Mound. Oop. Can I zoom in here? There we go. How do I move this? Of course I can't move it. Oh, I can make it bigger. That's nice. But anyways, this lined up with this mound, and it lines up with the bottom of Monk's Mound, where the bottom used to be. Again, Monk's Mound has fallen apart. They have to rebuild it every couple of years, is what they said, in order to keep it going, or to keep it together. That's what they said. So this was Mound 44. I took a lot of pictures. I took a lot of pictures of a lot of random stuff. This is that construction site I was telling you about. It's a construction company. You look over here, you look this way, and there's bulldozers. It's like civilization, but there's more mounds behind it. There's a highway back there. There's a truck right there. So this is the highway that goes through. So they're saying, according to this, let's zoom back out. That's Woodhenge. This would be the construction site, but there's more mounds out here. Now, I don't know exactly how all this works, but the road that we took went right through here. Now, I don't know if these were excavated and they're not here anymore, or if, oh, they actually have all kinds of stuff here. Well, that's interesting. That's neat. I did not know that. I haven't looked through this website very much. I just pulled this up for the map because this is the best map that you can find. Of course, if you look at the map, it's Orion. It's a hunter. It's the bow right here. There's his legs. This would possibly be Orion's belts. I don't know, these three. Somebody else said it was some of the other ones. Then maybe these three. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it is in the shape of Orion. At the same time, I showed yesterday that it's they did the they thought it was a hand, where, you know, the ones that come out were fingers. This would have been the thumb, and then they had the big eye right in the middle, which is interesting because Mound 66, this is good numbering on their part. Mound 66 is the one where they found all of the bodies. Something like 200 younger females. They might have been virgins, I don't know, but they said that they were definitely sacrifices of some sort. So, but they said this was part of the rattlesnake quest trail, whatever, that led up through the middle, back to the mound, to the main mound. So, but it started, the journey, the path started at the Emerald site, which is way out to the west, or to the east, sorry, to the east. They would get to here. This is just what they say now. I'm not saying this was truth. I'm just saying that they started at way out there, came through, stopped at the rattlesnake mound, Mound 66, and then they wound their way up through here, and I guess they got killed here. I don't know. I'm just saying what I heard. I don't know anything. But anyways, there's more mounds behind this construction site. It's again weird just to stand there and just to see like civilization right beside you. But these are the poles that they used. This is a recreation, so take this as you will. We didn't really get to go up in there because as soon as we got out of the car and took some pictures, it started dumping, and I was starting to think that we weren't going to be able to really get to see anything. But you can see again the highway in the background, the construction here. This is the road that you take to come in, and there's stuff all the way down. It's like just civilization slowly encroaching in on this place. So here's another one. There's just poles around, you know, certain poles had markers on them, I guess to mark out, you know, when certain events happen. I don't know. There's a trail right through here that you could have taken. We didn't take the trails. Again, it was raining cats and dogs. Okay. I don't know if... let me see if I got some sound on this.
Our wood hinge.
Okay, hold on a sec.
So here we are, wood hinge. This is the big clock out at Cahokia. It is raining and it sucks. And it's getting worse. I'm about ready to get back in the car. We got rained out. That says that's Mound 44. That big monster right there in the middle. That's it. That's the bad boy. That's Monk's Mound. I didn't think it was gonna be this big. It only gets bigger whenever you get to it. Crazy. So this is the start of it. It sucks that it's raining, man. It really sucks that it's raining. So anyways, it's wood hinge. It's a reconstruction. It's supposed to be a big clock, but it's like they say, is that it's been torn down and put back up several times. They don't know what's real anymore. Stupid. All right.
I was extremely cynical. I know. I was extremely cynical. I learned a lot. I really did. But at the same time, all of the information that you get from them still, there's that air of, we're going to say it's one thing because this is the best guess that we have. So they don't know for certain what it was or what it wasn't. They know that they found this stuff, and the way that they found it makes sense to them to be able to say, oh, this is what this is. So, again, all you have to do is realize that these places have what are called interpretive centers. It's how they interpret what they think these places are. So I went in with an extremely cynical mind, because when you're right up beside these places, you definitely get that feeling of, this is way bigger than just a bunch of savages that decided to build some mounds. Because again, that's how they show it over and over again. It's just a bunch of shirtless savages, nothing but loincloths, decided that they all wanted to get together and build some dirt mounds. That's what they decided to do. And that's not it. That's not what's happening here. Something else is happening here. Something bigger than what they tell us is happening here. It's you have to be there to really experience it, to get the full grasp of what it is. And again, when I say that Monk's Mound was the big one, it's the big one. We drove all the way down past Monk's Mound and then came back to Woodhenge in order to film that. But when you drive past Monk's Mound, it's like, dude, there's a mountain right there. It's huge. So I don't remember what mound that was. This is us back in the car. This was across the street. There was another one across the street. I think it was one of these. Or no. This would have been the road. There was a Mound 48. I think that's what that is. Mound 48, because they had a little parking place. I think this road over here in the corner. Yeah, that's the main road right there. So this is Mound 48. This would have been this one right here, this big one. Right across the street. And that's just another shot of the backside. Again, it's rainy. You can see the rain. It just pummeled us. As soon as we get there, it just pummeled us. This, back here in the back, there were more. So if that's 48, these would have been all these little ones right here, 59, 60, all these. That's what this stuff would have been. Again, I wish we could have spent more time there, but it's like as soon as we got there, the sky opened up and it just dumped on us. And by the time we went up and back down Monk's Mound, we were just tired, just physically drained. So this would be the main road again. I think. Yeah, this is the main road. This is a parking lot where you can stop. This would have been 44. And I think Woodhenge is over here. I don't remember exactly where that is. I think that's what that is. I'm going to say that's what that is. I could be wrong. No, that's not Woodhenge. What is that? I knew all these mounds whenever I took pictures of them, because I took pictures of everything. If I'm right, that maybe that's it. Maybe that's the one, because maybe this was the parking lot right here, because the road for the interpretive center came down around the corner. So maybe that's 48. Maybe that's what that is. Again, I don't remember half of it. We were just excited to be there. I mean, it was a lot. And so this is the Cahokia Center, or the Cahokia Mounds Interpretive Center sign. We could not get in because it was under construction. Here is the pictograph that they use for Cahokia. This is our bird guy, our bird man, Nisroch. They say this is just a guy dressed up like a bird. Okay, I can believe that. It's just a guy dressed up like a bird. I think it's an actual bird god. Because again, we have Nisroch, who is a bird god. We've gone through that several times. You see trailers in the background? Because there's a trailer park over there. That's how close the world is encroaching. Right there. That's how close people are to this place. It's nuts. It's absolutely insane. It's a very, very weird feeling. These were more buildings over here. Those were warehouses. It's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Look at this. It says Woodhenge is 1 mile from the interpretive center. Is that right? Surely not. Surely Woodhenge is not a mile down the road. Wow, it gives you some scope of how big this place is. But again, they had it all blocked off because it was closed for renovations. Yes, same picture. I don't know why I took 3 pictures. So we finally get out to Monk's Mound. Open dawn till dusk. Same old stuff. Lightning danger on mound during stormy weather. Yet we still walked right up to the top. By this point, though, the rain had let up a lot, which was nice. So we were like, let's do it. Why not? There were people that were already up there, and we were like, let's just go ahead. Let's try it. There was actually a lot of people there, believe it or not, that were going up and down this thing. So you can come down this way. This is part of the trail. This is part of the wall that they had. Now, the pictures I had seen were of a wooden wall. It was just stood up like this, and that's why I said in the one video that Cahokia has a wood wall. It doesn't have a dirt wall, but down here, there's another part of the wall where it is dirt. So, but it's shorter for some reason. This wall right here is shorter than this wall right here. I don't know why. It just is. You can see it from the top of the mound. You can look down on it. We didn't go out this way because, like I said, we were exhausted. So there's the mound. They actually keep this one in better condition than the other one. Keep it mowed, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if anything can actually grow on it because they said this is a lot more. It's got a lot more clay underneath it. Some places I read said that they pulled this clay out of the surrounding area. Other places I heard said that they pulled this clay. It's a very specific type of clay that only comes from northeastern Indiana. I don't know which one's true, but one guy I remember hearing said that it's a certain type of clay that you can only find in northeast Indiana. You got to remember, this is far west. This is as far west Illinois as you can get. This is right before you cross the river. The river is only maybe 10 miles away. So take it as you will. When you look at the side of this thing, it's just like the Angel Mound. You've got the smaller platform in the front. You got the big platform in the back. And there could have been anything right here. I don't know. They said they excavated the top of this. And remember, once you excavate a mound, it's gone. It's dead. So they said they excavated a mound on top of this, and it's gone now. It's not there anymore. When you look at it from the side, I even stopped and looked at it from the side, and I said, it's another Sphinx. It looks like another Sphinx. It's got the long legs. It's got the body. It's got the tail end on the back. It very easily could have been anything right there to be a head. I'm not saying that they're purposely hiding anything, but I am saying that it's similar. It's very similar. So I don't know. Again, there's another picture. It's a good picture right there, actually. Again, you can kind of see, you can see it. You can see the shape. But I don't know. But this has been weathered so much that they said that, all the dirt has started sliding off, and they've been trying to fix it. trying to keep it as best as they can. The more they restore it, the less it becomes real. So Angie, we went to Walmart and bought 50-cent parkas so that we can have them, so that we wouldn't get completely soaked. But you got more mounds across the street. There's the gate to the interpretive center back here. You see it right there. But there was the other mounds that I was taking pictures of way back that way. And then there was more mounds over this way too. Let me see if I can. So that parking lot would have been right here. And these little tiny mounds would have been all this stuff right in here. All these little tiny places were all these mounds that were there. But they have trails that walk all the way through this. I mean, you can go damn near anywhere you want to. But again, there's more stuff back in there. You can barely see it. We didn't take any of the trails because we were just getting wet. Absolutely soaked. So, City of the Sun. Of course, it's all sun worship yet again. National landmark. This is what they think it could have looked like. They say every one of these mounds, when they were at their height, were angled. That's the best way I can describe it, is that they were angled, that they all had, the sides. They were pyramids. Don't ever let anybody tell you, oh, they were just mounds. These weren't mounds. These were pyramids. This was something else. This is something bigger. Biggest city in Illinois at the time. Biggest city in North America is what they're saying. There's a little map. It's one of the trails that can take you all the way through. Again, I wish we could have done it, but it was rain constantly. But you can see this is the road that runs through the middle, and then this is the highway that runs back behind it, which is crazy. But it's just, you've got stuff on either side. You look left and right, and there's just stuff there. Let me see. Here's a map of what they think it looked like. They said that there was a fence, a 2-mile-long fence that went all the way around it. So this is the mound. This would have been the main road that we took. Looks like it would have gone right through here. The highway comes back through here. The interpretive center would have been down here. But again, you've got all the pyramids. You've got all this stuff. And they don't know who made this. They don't know who made it, what was going on. Here's this same symbology I was telling you about, the sun with the cross in the middle of it. As soon as we figure that out, we'll figure something out. Let me see. There's just a map. There's just some stuff. This one's interesting. These maps, I think there's another map that I took a picture of. So Cahokia would have been here. And St. Louis would be here over the Missouri. This is the Missouri River right here. So they say that Cahokia was just this little area right here, even though they found mounds all over the other side too. Now they say just within this little area there might have been maybe 20,000, 30,000 people. The biggest number I heard was 50,000. But I was like, but there's a mound that's right here. There's a bridge that crosses over, and underneath that bridge there is a plaque for I cannot remember the name of it now. Where's my sheet? We didn't go into St. Louis. We never got into Missouri. Big Mound Monument. That's what it is. And it's right across the river. You got to go across the river, and you got to go down underneath this bridge, and it's a little tiny monument that said that there was a mound here that they wanted to preserve, but the person that owned the land decided to destroy it because he wanted to put a some kind of something. I can't remember exactly what it was. He wanted to put some kind of factory or something right there because they had factories, fish factories, all down this whole thing. So they destroyed it, took it apart piece by piece. They were able to salvage whatever was in it, but they just completely bulldozed the thing. But it was, from what I understand, the mound that was there was as big as the mound as Monk's Mound in Cahokia. So it was what you could say was a twin mound. This is just the stories that I heard. So from the top of Cahokia, you can look over and you can see the whole city. You can see St. Louis, you can see the Arc, you can see, all the arch, I guess. Is it an arch or an arc? The arch, whatever. You can see the skyline, you can see everything. If there were no trees that were around here, which I'm sure there weren't, because it seems like they would have kept the trees down. If there were no trees in the tree line, you would be able to see the other mound from there. Like you could see both the mounds. It was kind of crazy. It was kind of weird, but there used to be a mound there. If there was a mound there, there was a city there. If there was a city there, then this whole place would have been twice as big as what they say. I'm not saying it is what it is, but it's there's more to it than what they're telling us. So I don't know. You can pause that and read it if you want. Again, it's the same old stuff that, about 700 AD, these people moved in. By about 800 AD, they were like, hey, let's make some mounds. Took 300 years to make Monk's Mound, and then, magically they all disappeared. I don't know. That's what they say. So of course that's the map. That's this map. Again, it's pull that back out. It's an archer. That's what it is. Nobody ever said that while we were there. Nobody ever even brought up the concept that this could be Orion. So, it is what it is. There's a better image of that map. Like I said, that's Cahokia. That's Monk's Mound, right across the river, and it was almost straight across too, straight due east or due west, I should say. But it was right around in there. There's a bridge that goes over it. It's right around in there that you can see it. It's crazy. Because I kept telling Angie, I was like, you see that? There's a bridge. You can see it's a suspension bridge. I said, I think it's under that bridge. I'm pretty sure it's under that bridge. Oh, what am I doing? I'm hitting the wrong button. That's what I'm doing. Again, there's trail maps. You can kind of see, there's a grand plaza. There were supposedly 4 plazas around Monk's Mound that they had, which is crazy. So it's 4 times the size of the Angel Mounds. Sun symbology. This is the part of the AR experience that they had. You had to download the app, and it's like $5 if you had a signal. We had no signal the entire time. If you ever want to travel to Illinois, and if you have T-Mobile, just know you're never going to have a signal. There was 0 signal almost the entire time we were out there. It was crazy. There's the back of Monk's Mound as we were walking towards it. And there was across the street. Again, I think it's 48. That's the gate to the interpretive center. There's another picture of it. That's the front of Monk's Mound. Those are people. That gives you an idea of how big this thing is. It was huge. Absolutely huge. Again, those are people. That gives you some kind of scope. It's way, way bigger once you get up here. And once you actually see the slope of this thing, it's nuts. Absolutely crazy. So, my hand's starting to fall asleep. Let me move my mouse over. So, you got the first terrace, what they think it could have been. Again, they say that, there was a building on each one of these. I don't know if there were buildings on it. I don't know what was on it. But they say that there was 4 terraces on this bad boy. Which definitely brings up the whole, pyramid. Don't ever let them tell you it was a mound. It was a pyramid. I'm going to blow my nose here for a second. Hold on. All right. So, let me make sure I'm still recording. Am I still good? I'm still good. So this is over here saying it's 14 acres, rises to a height of 100 feet, 22 million cubic feet of earth, all hand carried in baskets. So, of course, it is 50-pound bags of dirt carried 51 million times over 300 years. That's what they say. I am not going to say that was true or not. It took 300 years to build this thing so that some dude could live at the top of it. Give me a break. You know, again, there was the whole concept of I'm going to forego doing any farming. I'm going to forego doing any hunting. I'm going to forego taking care of my family. I'm going to forego everything else so that I could haul dirt for my entire life so that some guy's great grandson can live here. You make of that what you will. I'm calling BS on that whole thing. It just sounds insane. Oh, I hit the wrong button. All right, this is the Birdman tablet. This is what they have. It's interesting though. It's again, they say it's a guy that's dressed up like a bird. On the reverse side is snakeskin, snake hatching, cross hatching like a snake. Somebody else pointed out that it's the same as the Amaru, you know. It's the same kind of understanding. It's the whole snake imagery. It's the whole everything we've been talking about for the past 3 years. I've been talking about for the past 3 years. It's the same stuff over and over and over again. So they excavated the very top, the fourth terrace, which is gone now. Because again, you know, once you excavate something, it's gone. It's not there anymore. But they supposedly excavated it, and this is what they found. There's some more stuff there. It's the same thing I just showed you. That's the same thing I just showed you. That's a little better picture. That's the interpretive center. There's some more mounds down that way. This is right at the base of Monk's Mound. There's one without the Jeep. It's just for you to know, the Jeep without the Jeep. Anyways, this one was the big one where I think the parking lot was over here. So this would have been 48. That's what that one is. You can see even these are huge. These are monsters. You can't go up on these. But this one is probably as big as the Angel Mound. So, yeah, just the scale of this. It's just crazy. But you can see the rain is still coming down. Just pouring down. So we had two more mounds back here in the back. There's another one there. I'm kind of hurrying up because, like I said, I've got so many pictures we got to go through. This is from the bottom, looking up. Once you get to the stairs down here, you cannot even see the stairs at the top. That tells you how big this thing is. There's another one, just the scope of it. Once you're down there, and you got to remember, I'm not holding this to the ground. This is 6 feet up, maybe 5.5 feet up, off the ground, looking up, and it's still that tall. It's crazy. This is what they found underneath. These are clay deposits. Again, they say that some of this clay, from what I've heard, some of this clay can only be found in Indiana. I'm not going to say what it is or it isn't. Do not climb during thunderstorms. Whoops. It wasn't really a thunderstorm. It was just raining. Just raining like crazy. So here you go. You're looking up here. You can't even see the top over the stairs. It was nuts. Looking this way, you can see the slope. Just the slope of this thing. It was huge. It was absolutely monstrous. There's another shot over this way. This is the other side. This is the side from this point all the way back to the back of the mound is the one that measures, because it's as long. The base on this side over here is as long as the Pyramid of Giza, the base of the Pyramid of Giza. That is a terrible shot. The heck happened there? Okay, here you go. Here's a panoramic. Oh, no. Gives you an idea. I'm surprised that Angie stood still enough so that this didn't mess up. Gives you an idea of how big this monster is. It's just huge. Absolutely huge. But again, you can see. You can't even see the top because of the stairs. Some woman was coming down the stairs and was counting, and this is the first level right here, but this right here was like 90 something stairs, 80 something stairs. I don't remember how many there were. 80 something stairs right here, and then there was another, I don't know how many on the other side. So it tells you what it is. Again, you can see how much the erosion has gone away from this, because this used to be perfectly sloped. I wonder how they mow this thing. I really do. This is from this angle. You can kind of start seeing the slope here, but once you get up here, you can really, once you get on those steps, you can see the slope. That's looking out towards the road. Again, there's all kinds of stuff out there. It's crazy. And then that's the interpretive center out there. This is the bottom. This is the first level. We weren't really that out of breath on this level. It was pretty easy going on this one. It's that second level where it gets really steep. There's that big one across the way. There's another picture of it. And then there was some more over that way. You can kind of start seeing how much you can see from the top of this thing. But this is starting to go back up the slope. The sun is starting to come out, thankfully. Several ceremonial buildings. You can read all this stuff for yourself. Somebody built a church up here. it's like whenever the French moved in, somebody built a chapel up here where this one building used to be. It's like, okay, sure, man, whatever. So this is finally whenever we got up to the top, and we were both out of breath. We were both struggling, and I was like, one thing I've been thinking about doing this whole time is taking my shoes off and absorbing the energy of this place, grounding myself to Cahokia. So as soon as I got up there, I was so out of breath. I was like, wait a minute, honey, hold on a second, let's try something. So I took my shoes off, and it was within a good minute, within 30 seconds, I was breathing right again, because we were huffing and puffing. We really were. But within 30 seconds, I was breathing right again. Within a minute, I was like, let's go. I'm ready to go. There's grounding is a thing. It's an actual thing, and I got her to do it too. But we both felt so much better after we did it. It was so good. There's an energy there, but it's not like it's in the air like the Angel Mounds. There's another kind of energy there. So this is the top. You can barely see St. Louis in the background right there. Those little tiny buildings. That's St. Louis, way out there. But this is what you get whenever you get to the top. Oh, you can barely see it. Yeah, that's a crappy shot right there. But those little tiny humps, St. Louis. Here's another panoramic. Oh God, I keep doing that. All the way around. You can see St. Louis in the background. There's that construction site, and Woodhenge is way down there. There's a highway back there. There's that river. You can see the other mound. They said that they excavated that mound. That was the fourth terrace is dead. Well, you can see the cloning going on back here because I probably pulled it too fast. But it goes all the way around, and you can see the plazas down here, all the other mounds. From the top, you could see just about everything. There's a parking lot. That's where we parked. This is that road where you kind of come into the thing, and the path comes up here. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So that's the wall. That was the one wall we saw, and that's the dirt wall. Again, this one was taller than this one. So it was weird. I don't know what it was all about. We didn't go out there to see it. I wish we would have, but again, we were just exhausted. There's another picture of it. You can kind of see it. Then the wood one. And I was telling her, I said, I remember seeing pictures. There was a wooden one here. That's a lovely blurry shot, but you can see down the hill. That's the bottom of the hill down there. I wonder if there's a better shot of that. Nope, that one's crap too. Wow, those are awesome. Yeah, those are blurry shots. Stop zooming in. All right, this gives you a idea of where everything is. That's the parking. That's the wall. Those are all the mounds that were out that way. So that would have been all of this stockade. There was, I guess it used to be a mound right there. Because 36 is not Monk's Mound. I guess there's probably a mound there. Maybe. I don't know. That would have been what all this was. There's another shot of it. This is the angle. This did not turn out the way I wanted it to, because when you look down the edge of this thing, it's just like straight down. It's, every, I'm sure whenever it snows, this is like every, what do you want to call it? Sledder's dream, because it's just a straight shot, straight down. Again, this picture does zero justice. You can see the people out here. Tells you gives you another scope of how far up you are. See, that does no justice whatsoever. It's just slope. That's all it is. There's the fourth terrace. The excavations, again, once you tear down a mound, you cannot put it back up. So it's dead. There's another shot of it. There you go, with the hand, with the snake symbolism. And that's not even really a snake. It's got the point on the back of its head, man. That's almost like a dragon. It's crazy. But it's the upside down hand, which is the constellation, Orion. That's what the one book said. Is the belt of Orion is on the top of the hand. The fingers coming down are the legs. So there's something to this. There's something more to this that I didn't know. I learned something. It's interesting. This is the back of the mound. There was another plaza over here. There's a highway that goes back through there. But again, when you're at the top of this thing, you can see everything. Absolutely see everything. There's another shot of the stockades. This would have been the Grand Plaza right here, where you can see everything. And again, they had the chunky. They did gambling, tons of gambling. This was from what I heard. This is all they ever did. Bread and circuses. You look back that way, and there's buildings. There's the highway, buildings. It's crazy. There. St. Louis, you can almost see the arc right there. Almost see it. But the mound would have been... I think that bridge was over here. The other mound would have been right around in the middle right area. Would have been right around in there. If the mound was still there, you'd be able to see it right there. But, God, it was so overcast. It was so bad. So there's that construction site, and Woodhenge is way out that way. But you can kind of barely see it. There's a little better picture. Woodhenge right there. That construction site. More sun and cross symbolism with the birds, of course. I said they were phoenixes. I said they look like phoenixes, but who knows? Who knows what it could be? You got to remember that when we talk about the bird gods and the Native American headdresses that have the feathers coming off the back of it, you got this. That's what this is. So those could be eagles, or they could be phoenixes. Either way, What is this? Oh yeah, this is looking out, the interpretive center. Yeah, 48. This is just telling you what all those mounds are. Mound 66 is way out here in the back, so you'd have to walk a pretty far way out to get to where that is. But you can see these smaller step pyramids. Crazy stuff. Which is all this right here. This is just the first terrace. You can't even see the bottom of the where you come in from up here. It's crazy stuff. It's just absolutely crazy. Again, there's more looking out the road. St. Louis, like I said, you can see the arc right there, and there's Woodhenge, and there's all those mounds that are in there. The big one, 48, across the road. There's a nice picture of my fingers. That's awesome. Good stuff. Again, St. Louis is over here to the left. Woodhenge is out in front of you. I took a lot of repeating pictures.
So, there's St. Louis. We're at the top. We made it to the top. Say hi, Angie.
Hi.
Hi. This is the top. We just kind of did our little tour around it. I didn't really get to do a video much. But you get to see it. You get to see St. Louis from way up here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I think it's right there where the two lumps are in the middle. There's a suspension bridge in the back. That's where the monument is for the other mound that they tore down on the other side of the river. So if you stood here and looked straight across, you could see the other mound from here. So there was more on the other side of the river, but they don't say there was. They say Cahokia was just this, and this is where it stopped. It stopped at the river, but there was more out there. So this place is huge. I bet you absolutely none of the pictures do this place justice whatsoever. That hike up here was a monster. We took our shoes off. We took our shoes off and we absorbed some energy. We grounded ourselves. And I don't feel any energy because it's raining. Everything is compressed down. But I'll tell you what, we spent maybe a minute in the grass and we were right as rain because we were huffing and puffing getting up here. It was hurting. So this is it though. I still think it's ridiculous that 50-pound bags 51 million times over 300 years for a guy that wouldn't even be born by the time it was finished. I don't believe it. Something else is going on here, but the interpretive center is not open, sadly. So I couldn't see like the giant I don't know, the big tools, the big two-handed tools that shouldn't exist. But that's it. I think we're gonna go up and check out the Piasa bird next because there's not much else out here that we can see.
Piasa.
We can walk around all day, but it's raining and I'm tired and wet. So we're gonna go see other stuff. So this was Cahokia. We got rained out. I'm gonna come back sometime whenever it's dry. We're gonna see the rest of this place. I want to go back and see some more. So there you go.
It says Piasa. Angie reminded me that whenever you are using Native American words, you have to pronounce every vowel by itself. So Piasa. It's like it's Italian. It's an Italian bird. It's an Italian bird creature. So this is us. We left from here and we went out to it was 45 minute drive out into the middle of nowhere, corn country, to see the emerald mounds. And it's just two humps in a field. You can't even see it there. It's a bad picture. But right here, so it's a dirt road that comes down across the front and then it turns into a private driveway. And the entire time we're going down the driveway, Angie's like, oh, we shouldn't be back here. We shouldn't be back here. And I said, well, it's on the map. It's on the map. And this is where whenever you put the emerald site, the emerald mounds into a GPS, it takes you down that road. It's crazy. But you see them better from the outside road. It's just two little humps. I don't know if I've got a second one yet. Right here. It's just two little humps. supposedly this is where they started their spirit walk, their spirit journey, whatever it is. They started from here. They took the Emerald Trail to the Rattlesnake Mound, and then they did their windy road thing, whatever it is, up into Cahokia. That's just what I heard. I don't know, but it's just two little humps that they use for. This is farmland. They farm this. It's crazy stuff. So the Piasa. Here's a good picture of it right here. I got better pictures. We got closer than this, but this is as soon as I got out of the car, I was like, holy smokes, look at that thing. It is another one of those amazing things. As soon as you get out of the car, it's like, wow, it's right there. This is a reproduction. This is not the real thing. The real thing is gone now. Supposedly they've recreated it. It's like 20 miles to the north of this that they found on the side of a cliff that I don't know if I can even find it. Let me see if I can find it here. Piasa, bird. Okay, well that's that. Images. So this is the one that we took pictures of. This is that. This one with the beard. This is like a high school logo. It's for like a team, like a football team. This one is more like the original. I think it's what they said. The picture that the guy, when he found it, he took these kind of pictures. He drew it down like this, kind of what it was. So of course, I have said this is Tiamat. That's what this is. It's Tiamat. It's the same kind of bird, dragon, monster. It is a thing. Anyways, the legend is that this thing used to swoop down and used to kidnap people, take them home to his caves and eat them until the god of the sky came down and fought him, which is almost the exact same legend as Marduk fighting the Tiamat. Hold on. I had a sneeze pop up there. But it's almost the exact same legend of Marduk coming down from the sky and fighting this creature. And of course, this creature looks exactly the same. We can even do that. Tiamat. If they even have a good picture of Tiamat. There we go. This is a Babylonian depiction. Assyrian, I think is what they said. This, even though it's not exactly the same, it's about as good as a description you can get. It is a body that has scales on it, and it has feathers with these like chicken feet. It's got four legs, chicken feet, horns, and teeth. You see it? This is Marduk. Marduk is right there beside Nisroch. Marduk, Nisroch, and Dagon. This is all the same gods fighting the same creatures. There's stuff going on here, guys. There's something going on here. But yes, this is why I wanted to see this, because it's the same exact kind of bird. Let me make sure we're still doing good. We're an hour into it, so we got to keep going. But again, there's this cave system I was kind of telling you guys about. I have pictures of that cave system. The cave system is almost as amazing as the bird itself. This is something interesting to behold, but once you get back into that cave system, it's crazy. There's another picture of them. You get closer. It's intimidating. It really, truly is intimidating. Now you can see They blasted this. These are blast lines. They blasted this cliff so that they could have this place, for the road. So you can see the dynamite lines where they blasted through this. And that's whenever they exposed these caves, because they didn't know this cave system was back here. But you can tell. But see, look at this cave system in here. It's nuts. It's absolutely crazy. And once you look in the back, you start seeing, you've got all this kind of like brickwork, or not brickwork. The rocks right here where they're all like, kind of broken up and it's all sedimentary layers. When you look in the back of this, though, they start looking symmetrical. And I even said there's a video in here where I said, it looks like something was here. It looks like something was built here. I don't know. And for all you old earthers that like talking about how everything was a building or something and it was all fossilized and maybe something happened here, that's for you. I can't tell. It was interesting stuff. You can't see in there. It's dark. There are paths that you can get back in there, but we did not try to get back in there because it was eerie. It gave you an eerie feeling being up beside this. Just a weird, eerie feeling being up beside this thing. I don't know. But it was right back in here they start looking symmetrical. Right here it's still just rock. You can just tell it's still just kind of rock, but back over here they look symmetrical. And I know I've got pictures of it. See, you just kind of see barely. But you can just just the way that this is, it's just so weird, man. It's just so weird the way that this is falling apart. Oh, here we go.
All right, so we saw the Piasa bird, not the Piasa bird, because I'm an idiot. Piasa bird, look, right up here. Is that melted or is that that's just water coming down? It's interesting. So this is on the back end of the Piasa. The Piasa is over here. Just come in here, you got these caves. Man, these caves are weird. I don't know what this is, but there's a sign here that says we can't go in there. There's running water in here, I can hear it. And damn, that bear, it doesn't look like sedimentary rock, it looks like brickwork. It's crazy. I don't know, man. This is not what I expected to see today. This is cool as hell though, guys. This is some interesting stuff. But yeah, that back in there, that looks like bricks. Oh, I can't tell. It's nutty stuff.
So yeah, it was weirdness. It was definitely some weirdness. It's neat. I can tell you that much. It's absolutely 100% neat as all hell. But here's underneath this. It's the entire wall. The entire wall is this bird. It's huge. It's way bigger than it looks. You see the pictures of it like, right here. You see pictures of it like this, you're like, oh, it's probably just on the side of a building or something, but no, once you see it, it's like this thing has got to be a good, 20 feet by 30 feet or something. It's huge. It's monstrous. I thought this was funny. So we didn't understand what this was. We said it's either like a cooler lid or it's like a lawn chair or something. And we're like, how in the hell did somebody get something up there? We found out that there are people that live on the top of this. There are houses right up here around. I didn't take any pictures of them though, but there are houses all along this. You can actually, we drove up in there just by accident because you go down the one road to get to this place and you come to a city called Anton. I think it's what it is. And it's all hills. I mean, it's like 45-degree angle hills. You're just going up this crazy slope. But we went up like 3 hills and we wound up on top, and I'm like thinking, I looked around and you could kind of see everything down below us, and it's like, honey, we're on top of the hill where the Piasa just where we just were. So you can get up there. That's just somebody that just threw something off the edge. So it's crazy stuff. So the legend of the Piasa bird, some guy found it. There was a painting of 2 water monsters, actually. There's another picture where we saw. But Alton. Is that what I said? Alton? Yeah. But they were no longer visible. Then somebody recreated them. You can read that. Bird that devours men, of course. There's bike trails. Of course, you can read all this stuff if you want to. Pause it. But there's all along here. They've got little stops that you can go check out. There's another picture. I just grabbed all those. It's a big long trail. You can actually drive it. We didn't drive it. I wanted to, but we were kind of getting hungry and running out of time, so I was like, eh. But there's another picture of the caves. Just crazy stuff. There were little tiny trails you could see where people had kind of snuck in there. But then there was a right along here along the back end, somebody had, there's a way to get in there too. As far as the melted thing I was talking about, let's see if I can find it. Like right up here, how some people talk about melted rocks. Angie said it looks like roots, like the root system of trees that have come down, and it's just water that's coming down the roots, and you can see that right up here. Where things are living off of it, and you can kind of see the water's just coming down a little bit. So maybe not. I just wanted to bring that to people's attention because I know that there's all those old world guys that love that kind of stuff. I'm not going to say what it is or it isn't. There's another picture of that, and you can see the roots coming down here too. This is that trail. Somebody actually set up bricks like a step, like steps that you can climb up in here, and you can go back in here and you can get in there. And there's actually a woman that took a picture of it for us, or took a video of it for us and showed us. And it's just, it's just a cave. That's all it is. She said there's water everywhere. There's running water back in there, which is nuts. So here's more stuff. This is the guy that supposedly found it. I know I've got a better picture of this. This is what he said he saw. 2 of these dragon monsters, these bird things. This is the cave. This right here. So you have, I don't know if I've got a better picture of that. Let me see. So this is the road we took to get in. Okay, this building is not here anymore. This is the cave where the Piasa was. These caves are inaccessible now because there is a construction site right here that is in front of it, and this is kind of blocked off with trees, so you can't get in there. There is a path that leads back here, though. Now, we didn't take the path because it looked scary as hell, because it just looked creepy. It's like one of those paths. This is not a good area. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's just not the best area in the world. But this is where the Piasa is, and you could take a path back here. Apparently, you could probably go back here and check those out. We did not check those out. We should have. But all this is trees. All this is trees now. There's like a little... No, it's not a construction area. It's like a truck depot. They like park trailers over here. But maybe next time, whenever I'm carrying some kind of weapon, we can go back in there and see what these caves are. I don't know. I thought it was hilarious. This could have been the site for the site could have been the home for the Piasa bird, or maybe even an old pirate hideaway. I was like, oh my god, pirates. I just thought it was funny. I just thought it was hilarious. There's another picture of it though. This was a plaque or something that kids had just pushed over. I don't know what it said on the other side. I'm sure you could probably look it up and find that out. But we just took a picture of it because it was sad. This is from the back before we left. Again, that's the cave systems. That's the bird. You can kind of see everything's kind of grown back over. That's just another picture. And that is it. But yeah, you just for scale, man. You can see the people here. Just for scale, this thing is huge. But I guess there wasn't I didn't get a better picture of this. That's a bummer. But yeah, I have seen this picture, and I've seen other people that have said it was depicted like this. It was just two weird animals, just on the side of a wall that they just kind of depicted. But again, that depiction looks just like this thing, except of course this doesn't have the tail and it doesn't have the beard, but it's interpretive. These are the same legends. These are the same legends as this stuff. So I don't know what to tell you, It's crazy. It's crazy stuff, but I wanted to see that because it's the same kind of thing. So anyways, there you go. Something to it. You make up your own mind about it. That was our second day. That was, again, we went to Cahokia and we saw the Piasa, and it was awesome. That was thankfully the rain let up and the sun came out a little bit, and we were able to come see this, and it was just cool as hell. And the third day it rained again. Not until later in the day though. But we went down to Cairo. We've got pictures of the Cairo, and then we saw the confluence of the Missouri and the Ohio River and the Mississippi River. And then we went to the Garden of the Gods, and then we got rained out of Giant City. Just completely flooded out of Giant City. So we will do that tomorrow. But this was just day 2. This was, again, Cahokia and the Piasa and the Emerald Mounds, which are nothing. We drove an hour and a half just for that. It was like, whatever. So there you go, guys. This is just wanted to show you this stuff because, again, I've been talking about this for years now, just absolute years now. But the base of Cahokia, again, is from front to back. Let's see if we can go back to Cahokia. Where was... I gotta go back to... It was in here somewhere. This is going to play again. I don't want this to play. Go away. Pause. There we go. Where was... Maybe it was here. And they got a timeline in here. Just kind of talking about how it all came together. But the picture that I had... This one. So from the front... where the stairs are, right here, the front of this to the back of this, it is as long as the base of the Pyramid of Giza. Now, this is shorter than the Pyramid of Giza. I think from here to here might be the same, but from here back to here, it is as long as the base of the Pyramid of Giza. And supposedly in the interpretive center, you can actually go in, and they have a display that will show you the three, well, there's like four or five pyramids. There's the pyramid at the pyramids, the two big pyramids that everybody talks about. Is it Teotihuacan? I think it's what it is. I can't remember. The two of them that are down in South America, the two biggest ones down in South America, and then they have Cahokia, and then they have Giza, and then they have one other one. I can't remember what it is. That they have all three of them, or all four of them, side by side. And they don't have it. They're not going to have it in here. But they have... they have all of them displayed together so that you can get an idea of just how big this place is. I'm hoping that they don't have any pictures of it, and I'd have to go dig up that video because I don't know where that video is. So, whatever. Anyways, but that's that. Is it? Can't see it there either. Great. I wish we could have gone into the interpretive center. I really do, because I wanted to see some of the stuff they had in there. You know, I will try to find those videos. I will try to stop it on the still pictures so that you guys can see it. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was absolutely amazing, is what it was. Anyways, that was day 2. So tomorrow we'll do day 3, and then there you go. So thank you guys for coming around and listening to me babble on about taking a trip to go see stuff that I've been talking about for the past 3 years, that I've been led to go see for myself, because just hearing about it, you don't get the true understanding. I mean, you can hear about it and you can hear people say, well, this was built because of this, because of that. And then you can, with your conspiratorial mind, you can say, well, you know, maybe it was like this, maybe it was like that, but what about this? What about that? But then when you go out and actually see these places, get a feeling for the scope and the level of dedication it would have taken to make these monsters, to put the time and effort into it, you get that sense of, boy, you're just going to take everything and just throw it away and start over, you know? It's just, because none of this makes sense. Absolutely none of this makes sense now. That's how big it was. It's like everything just gets tossed in the trash. You can't believe the official story because it just doesn't make any sense. You can't believe the conspiratorial story because it's bigger than that. And then it's like, you know, the truth is, this is just, it's too big to comprehend. But all the symbolism is there, all the same gods are there, the same worship, the same way that they built these things. There is a connection. We were able to connect the Angel Mounds in Evansville to the Cahokia Mounds in Illinois, out by St. Louis, to the Piasa bird that's just above it. It's all connected. And it connects to Assyrian gods and Assyrian legends that were halfway across the world. It's something big. Now, as far as what's happening in day 3, it's not so much mounds, it's just other stuff. Again, Cairo and the confluence. I'll talk about all that stuff. So, thank you guys again for coming around. I shall talk to y'all later. God bless every one of you. Take care of yourselves, and see you tomorrow. Bye.